of standing up for the oppressed is still being practiced. But I'd like to follow on, like Congressman Frank said, to say that more needs to be done. I've been a priest since I was 26. I've been a missionary from 21. I was in the Nigerian army. God called me. I know what a gun can do. And when the Lord changed my heart, I could serve in a nation, and I will serve my nation, and should have done if I have to. But I believe God had a different idea for my life, because I am from the north. My father was the first headmaster in my region in 1936. He went to school in Zaria City, in the heart of Zaria City, as students of Dr. Miller. 1928. They founded the Christian village in 1929 in Musasa. And my father stood as a Christian, as a headmaster, to educate every and anybody. 7 years ago, a Muslim leader, Al-Haji Nimlam Ali, was the deputy president of the Jamatul Nasr Islam in Jos. He came to my house and asked that my wife sit down, and he wants to tell us a lecture of who our father was. And he said, your father picked me up. I was nothing. He gave me education. Everything I am now is because of your father. And he told us a long history. And the long and short of it is, he said, Bishop, I want to be a Christian like your father. Alaji Hayakonde is still alive. In his biography, you can Google it and find out. He tells the story of how he was left for dead at age 12. Between age 12 and 14, my father picked him. And he always tells me, he's not my uncle, he's 84. But he says, no, my uncle, he's my senior brother. Because but for my father, he would have been dead. My father put him in his school, and he graduated, and my father gave him a job. So I've seen kindness, and I don't know how to hate, therefore. My dad took me all through northern Nigeria as a teacher, as a founder of adult education. So we've always lived amongst Muslims. But friends, listen. We now need an envoy. We do. It's a need. Because Nigeria on its own has shown in this dispensation an incapacity to solve its own problems. In 1987, my house was burnt. My church was burnt. And at that time, as a priest, we were asked to come and give a paper in Justice Donnelly's commission. And you can Google it and find that paper. I warned the nation then, because during General Babangida, I said, the young men now, because they were little young people, 12 years, 14, 16 years old. And General Babangida said they were hoodlums. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was brought to law. And you must bear in mind some of what General Ayola said, that there are sympathizers and there are sponsors. Because in that year, 12th March 1987, 100 churches, including mine, were burned down. 100 in 72 hours. Fast forward to 1999. Those young men now are in the houses of assemblies. They are probably even governors. So the rule of law that holds democracy will obviously be weakened by people who have benefited from all of this. Now, can we fast forward then to 2018? January this year, I was preaching at the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Vice President was there. And I said, Mr. Vice President, and all you leading politicians, how do you sleep? How do you sleep? Because I can't. If you look at the pictures of those who are being killed, the little children, the women, the old women, and men, being killed. And for goodness sake, do not even think that I'm talking about Christians. For me, human life is sacrosanct.
Yep.
It's
Amen.
the sanctity of life.
Yes,
is
sir.
big for my heart. Because even if a Muslim is killed, supposing that Muslim had the chance to meet me and I show him love, will he not be a good person?
Of course.
But they're killing. If you take the statistics of the killing in Zamfara state, it's staggering. Then you take the statistics of Borno and bring it to Plateau State, to Benue, to Taraba. Frank said there are 15,000. I want you to Google the ambassador, the United States ambassador to Nigeria. Just Google his page on the statistics of killings. And you will not sit down here. You will do something. But that's not even my problem. My problem, which I brought before the nation in January when I was preaching, is this. For goodness sake, these people that are being killed, if you look at them, go to these areas and see the people that are being killed. They are the poor of the poor.
Sure. Sure.
They will never be millionaires. It hurts me.
Yeah.
Why kill the poor in their farms? And so when Nigeria is talking about economy and that the economy is going down, here are poor people who would have relieved even your problems, and you allow them to be killed. So identify the problems with me, if you will, please, that the security system is collapsing.
Right. That's it.
It is collapsing. We need somebody to help. We need help. The soldiers themselves are afraid of the battle.
That's it. Absolutely.
Boko Haram are more armed. They are well armed. So the situation is desperate. The poor people are being killed. And these are poor people. I will never forget the image of this young man from Zamfara State. He was running away with his young wife and their daughter with a goat. That's all they had. These are not a threat to the nation. And my problem is, if the nation cannot protect its poor, it loses any respect to be called leaders. Because the index of knowing how you care is when the poor can be protected.